52 strong is our base defense primarily against the run. If we're going against a team that likes to throw the ball a lot, we'll go into a 43 under. But for the 52 strong, our base, we're going to go with the cover 3, a straight cover 3. And in the straight cover 3, in this formation, our Raptor will be up as a third linebacker, and he's going to have the flats. Our corner, free safety, and other corner will have deep thirds. Our Sam has flat responsibilities. Our end, or each of the linemen will strike the man that they're shaded to. They'll strike their outside shoulder, and then they'll gain control of their gap. The end has C gap, the nose has strong side A gap, tackle has weak side B gap, the bandit has the C gap on the weak side, our Mike backer will gain control of the B gap on the strong side, and our Will backer has the weak side A gap versus the run. On pass, the Mike has hook to curl and the Will has hook to curl. Let's say we had a slot over here and we were running a single running back. In that case, the Raptor would go head up as close as he can get to the number 2, and he would do what's called a redirect technique. He'll stay flat on the line of scrimmage and he'll just slide to whatever direction that receiver tries to release, give him a hard bump, and then he'll roll to his flats. All the other responsibilities stay the same. If we had a trips, our corner will still have the deep thirds. Our safety would split the difference between the two number 1 receivers. Our Raptor would need to slide over and triangulate these 2 receivers, splitting the difference between them, playing about 5 yards back. The Raptor would split the difference between the number 2 and number 3 receivers, and then he would have flats. All the other responsibilities stay the same. Let's say we had double slots. Our Raptor would slide over. He would play his redirect technique. Our Sam backer would slide over here, and he would also play a redirect technique. If we had a tray, our Sam backer would split the difference between the tight end and the number 2 receiver, and he would have flats. Another coverage we're going to run is a cover 4 lock or off man, but it's a loose man coverage. Our corners are going to be 6 yards back, 1 yard to the inside. If we had, let's say, a slot, then our Raptor would come, we would adjust, and he would come 6 yards off and then 1 yard to the inside. So he'd reposition himself here. He'd be locked up there. Corner's locked up here. The other corner's locked up to number 1. And then the safety in this situation, actually our safety would stay right here because he's got a tight end. He'd be locked up to the tight end. If we had a trips, our Raptor would shift over 1/6 of the number 2. Our safety would slide over, and he would be 1/6 of the number 3. If we had 2 slot receivers, our safety would play 1/6 on the strong side, and our Raptor would adjust and play 1/6 on the weak side. If these men are closer than 8 yards, the safety in the corner would make a combo call, which means that they will take the man that breaks on his route in their lane. So if they do a crossing pattern, let's say, the safety would jump this man and the corner would jump this route. From this cover 4 look, we can also run a cover 3 roll that I call a fog or a rain. If we have a fog call on, our free safety will take the middle third and our Raptor will jump the flats. If we have a rain call, that means our Raptor is going to take the deep thirds and our safety will jump the strong flats. So with the fog and rain calls, we can do various types of zone blitzing. For instance, we could blitz the Sam around the outside and the Mike up through here. With this, we are losing the coverage on the flat, so we would need a rain call which tells the Raptor he's got middle thirds. The safety is going to come up and cover the flats on that strong side. Our will backer would have the hole. On all zone blitzes, our bandit is going to drop into the flats. If we had what's called a war call, and we are blitzing our will backer and our Raptor around the edge, we'd have a fog call, which means our free safety will drop off there. Our Mike backer's got the hole. Sam backer still got hook to curl, or excuse me, Sam backer still has the flats, and our bandit is dropping to the flats. We also have a double comet blitz, where both corners are going. With that, we have a freeze call. The F in the freeze means the safety has got deep halves, and the R in the freeze means the Raptor has a deep half. Bandit has flats, Sam has flats, Mike backer has deep hole, and the will kind of a hook to curl area. We could run a Sam here, we could run a wheel there. We're losing the flats on this situation, so we need a rain call to bring the Raptor back into the deep thirds, and the safety would come up and cover those flats. We could do a Raptor and a Sam around that edge. We're losing the flats here, so we would actually, in this situation, we don't have a Raptor to come up and cover the flats. This would be a dangerous call. Bandit would be able to cover the flats okay on this area. However, the safety has got to come back here, so we'd have to have a fog call. The Mike backer just needs to realize on his drop, he's got to get out over here, and the will has more of the hole coverage. That would be a dangerous call. An option to that would be to do a saw call, and that brings the will backer and the Sam backer. And with this, we could do a rain call, which brings the Raptor back and allows that safety to cover the flats. Bandit's got the flats over here. All right. A lot of different possibilities, and all of them involve rolling the coverage in either a fog or a rain. We can also do those zone blitzes with different formations. Let's say we had a slot. We could slightly adjust our Raptor so it has the appearance as though he's covering this area, but let's say we wanted to run a, say a smash. So this guy would be coming here, this guy would be coming here. He's going to have to roll back into deep third. So we don't want him cheating over where his true cover 4 lock position would look like. Actually, he might disguise it more as a cover 2, still staying back, but shifting over a little bit. But we want him to be in position where, as that quarterback begins to come under the center and gets ready to call his play, he can begin drifting and he can get back and cover his deep third if it's a rain call. So in this particular blitz, the smash, it would be a rain call with our Raptor covering deep thirds, our free safety covering the flats. Our bandit would cover the flats over here. We might even cheat our bandit out a little bit, have him play a little bit outside. So on a run, he would step, and if he reads run, he would squeeze down. If he reads pass, then he can drop a little bit quicker to his flats. If there's a slot and he's out a little bit, it would also have the appearance from the quarterback as though somebody is in this quick slant lane to disrupt that. If we had double slots, we might just stay in a cover 2 look with our Raptor and safety staying where they're at, but we could still run our different blitzes. We could run our war, and as that quarterback's coming under, our Raptor begins sneaking up, and then our safety, free safety, would drop to deep thirds. Our Sam backer will have no trouble. Actually, our Sam backer is going to be positioned out here because of that slot, so he's in a good position. The idea on this front, or this coverage, is that we can disguise what we're doing. So another coverage we can run with this is a cover 2. And so we could show, as that quarterback's coming into the line of scrimmage, we can be looking like this, but as he gets ready to, he's done his pre-snap read, he's getting ready to call his play, we can begin to drift these corners up to the outside shade of the number 1 receiver. and play a cover 2. And our cover 2, our corners, will have the flats. Sam backer is going to strike and have curl. The Mike backer has got to get deep halves because we have a vulnerability in the middle of the field. Our safety and Raptor have deep halves. Our Bandit has contained rush, and our wheel backer is going to have curl area, or hook to curl, curl, drop. From this look, there are a lot of possibilities we can do. We could run a straight cover 4 lock. We could do a cover 4 press where we stay in our man, but we play an on-man technique where we get up as close as we can, take away the inside shoulders of our receiver. If we had a slot, our Raptor would come up and play as close as he can get, and we just lock up. A cover 4 press would be something we would do on the goal line, and it's a tight cover. It's a tight man-to-man coverage. Responsibility is the same as a cover 4 lock. They're just pressing instead of off. So from this look, we could check into a cover 4 press. We could roll into a cover 3. And with the cover 3 fog or cover 3 rain, we have a variety of different types of blitzes that we can do. We also have various stunts that we can do from the 52 strong. We can do what's called a nut, where the nose will go first and the tackle will loop over the top of the nose. We could do a tab. Tackle goes first, Bandit loops over the top. A bat, Bandit goes first, tab loops over, or the tackle loops over the Bandit. We could do a enter. That tells the first letter is the E, so that says the N goes first, and the nose loops around the outside. A lot of different possibilities we can do with the line. There are additional coverages for the 52 strong, many more line stunts as well as blitzes. Refer to the 2017 playbook for more details about each of the coverages, fronts, blitzes, and stunts.